Hi, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today. It's a fantastic day here, and I hope it is wherever you're at. So I tell you what, let's start right on it today. Let's have them run all the colors across the screen. They'll come out right about there that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I've got done already. Today I have my standard old canvas up. I'm using an 18 by 24 inch, but you use whatever size is convenient. And I've covered the entire canvas with a very thin coat of liquid white. So it's all wet and ready to go. And thought we'd just tell you what, let's do a little winter scene today, something that's cold. Make you have to put your coat on. We'll start out with a little 2-inch brush and a little bit of Prussian blue. Little Prussian blue. Let's go right up in here. We'll just start right at the top, making little X's, little crisscross strokes. There we go. Just little X's. There, a little more of the color. We start at the top of the canvas, making our little crisscross strokes and work downward. That way, it's continually mixing with the liquid white that's on the canvas. And as you work down in this direction, then it gets lighter and lighter in value. Automatically, you don't have to do a thing. And that's exactly what we're looking for when we paint a landscape. We want it to get lighter toward the horizon. All right, something about like that. And we can just take a little blue and put down here. I'm gonna paint some snow today. So anything we put down here, it'll just end up being shadows in the snow. We don't even care. Don't even care. All right. You've painted with me before. You know the most fun part of this whole technique is washing the brush. So let's do that. We wash our brush with odorless paint thinner. We just shake off the excess and then cover the whole studio. All right. Maybe in our world, maybe there's a happy little cloud floating around. So let's make a little cloud. Take the 2-inch brush and I'm just going to tap it right into a little bit of the titanium white. And notice that we're just tapping the one corner basically. Like so, okay? Then we go up here and let's just tap in just a basic indication. Just tap. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's all there is to it. Something about like that. We don't really care. In our world, we can do anything that we want to do. So if we want a happy little cloud, that easy. We'll just drop one in. All right. Let me grab a clean brush. I have several going. Now this is a clean 2-inch brush, and I'm just going to gently just stir it up a little bit. Something about like that. And that easy. We got a little cloud in our world, and we can wash our brush again. Actually, I'm just looking for an excuse to wash the brush. There. All right. Tell you what. Today, let's make a little mountain. I like mountains. They're a lot of fun to paint. They'll give you a lot of practice with all the equipment. Take some midnight black, some Prussian blue, a little alizarin crimson. We'll mix those together. Let's throw some Van Dyke brown in there too. What the heck? As long as it's dark. Okay, now cut off a little roll of paint. See, it lives right out there on the end of the knife. Let's go up in here. Your first major decision. There it is. You have to decide where the old mountain lives in your world. And what his basic shape is. Well, we don't care. Mountains grow in all sizes and shapes. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. If you live in an area where there's a lot of mountains, you can just take a look-see out the window and get an idea. And if you don't, there's millions of books that have beautiful, beautiful photographs of mountains from all over the world. And when you're creating your own world, you make a mountain that you like. All right, gonna take the 2-inch brush, grab that paint firmly, and pull it. Just pull it. We want to remove excess paint, and we want to blend the base of the mountain out so it gets softer and softer down toward the bottom. Something about like that. And that's all we're looking for. All right, let's put some snow on that mountain. Shoot, it's cold. Whew. We need a little bit of snow. Pull the paint out as flat as you can get it. Cut across, get a little roll of paint. It's most important you have a little roll of paint. All right, now with no pressure whatsoever. Just let it glide right down there. And I'll tell you a little secret. It's much easier to do fast than it is slow. if you go real slow and timid, you have a tendency to put too much pressure. Do it. Just see, just do it. That really and truly works better. I don't know why, but even when we're training instructors, we make them paint very, very fast sometimes. And when they first start, you wouldn't believe they're nervous as they can be. And then all of a sudden they find out that if they paint fast, it works better than when they go slow. Try it both ways. Any way that you can make it work is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. There. Maybe this old mountain, shoot, maybe it just comes right around like that. I don't know. Let's take a little white, a little bit of the Prussian blue, mix it together. Just white and Prussian blue. We're going to make a shadow color. There. That's not too bad. That's better. You just keep on till you get it the way you want it. A little roll of paint, once again. Then we can go up in here and we begin picking out these little shadows. They live right in here. Right in here. See? Just let them go. Once again, no pressure on the knife, though. Just let it touch the canvas. Just let it touch. It'll pull off what it wants. Give you back what's left. There. See? Just barely let it graze. There. Something like that. All right. And you can go back, pick up a little white, and begin putting in more details. You can do this until you make just a fantastic mountain. Practice with mountains. It teaches you how to use the knife. And if you can use this knife properly, shoot, you can do entire paintings using nothing but the knife. Yeah. Some of the earlier series, we did a couple of paintings like that. It's a little bit slower, and it's hard to do in the time frame that we have. But you actually can paint the entire painting using nothing but the knife. Now I'm tapping the base, but I'm following those angles. Now I'm going to lift upward, still following those same angles. All right? I want this to sort of look like it's rounded a little. So we'll just do that. Tap it. See? Just put it in. There. A little bit over in here. Shoot, we're in business. That easy. Okay. That wasn't so bad, was it? We'll use that mountain color. Here's some, a little bit of white with it. Whatever we got, and it doesn't matter. Because, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. So anything that happens here is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. All right. So I'm going to add a little more blue to that. Oh, I like that now. I'm looking for a color just like that. Let me wipe off the knife. And we'll take, there's one's not too dirty, 2-inch brush. Sometimes we avoid these big brushes because they're so big. But them rascals will do just marvelous things if you just give them a chance. All right, let's go right up in here. Maybe there's a little foothill that lives. Where does it live? Right there. You decide. I'm using just the corner of the brush. Just the corner. That's all you need. And we can sort of pull it downward. Just pull downward. Got to make those little noises. All right, maybe it comes there. Something about like that. Right along in there. Okay. And you can add just a little more here and there to break it up a little bit. See there? That easy though. We can make the indication, and that's all we're looking for, is just an indication of little distant trees live far, far away. All right. Now, fun time. Let's put a little snow in here. We'll go back to our 2-inch brush. I like these old 2-inch brushes. They really do marvelous things. Okay, load it full of paint. I'm really putting a lot of paint in it. Now, big decision time. Where does the snow live in your painting? Just make a decision. It lives right there in our world. Right there. Just put it in. Snow is so easy to paint when you use a big brush. Look at there. Already we have a whole field of snow. Did you ever think painting that much snow would be so easy? It is. Look at that. I like that. Now, let's clear us off a little spot to work. I want to paint a big tree. You know me. I like him big trees. I'm going to take black, Prussian blue. I get letters sometimes from people in crimson. Get letters from people sometimes say, oh, you had a beautiful painting there and you put that miserable tree in it. You know, once again, painting is such an individual thing. When you're doing yours, if you don't want a big tree in it, leave it out. It will probably be better than mine anyway if we do. But experiment. Take a chance once in a while. Let's take an old 2-inch brush. I'm going to pull it until it comes to a very sharp chisel edge. Very sharp. Whew. Almost shave with it. See how sharp that is? Great. Let's go up here. Okay. Bravery test. Just touch the canvas. Now we're going to take just the corner. Tell you what, this tree, it lives right off the canvas. It goes right on up into the sky somewhere. All the little birds we showed on this series, they need a place to sit. And this is it. They can hide right up in here. Look out over the mountain. Just have a wonderful life. There. I like your little birds. We hit 3 or 4 different ones this time. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing them if you got to see them. All right. I'll tell you what. Shoot, that tree went pretty good. Let's give him a friend. There it is. There he is. Just start off, drop him in. Sometimes when you're painting, the hardest thing to do is to make a decision what to do. Just haul off and do something. To do nothing is worse. It's absolutely the worst thing you can do is nothing. Do something. Do something. And very quickly, you'll learn to work with anything that happens up here. Because you know, we don't make mistakes. We absolutely don't make mistakes. We have some happy accidents that they may turn into things we didn't plan them to be. But that's all right. Art is very creative. It's very free. Take advantage of that. All right. One more? Okay, one more. Get him right there. Bloop. Little tree. Little baby tree. We have a whole family of trees here now. Whole family. They all live together out here and have a good time. We'll use a fan brush. I'm going to put a little touch of liquid white and a little bit of phthalo blue mixed together. I want the phthalo blue. It's warmer, much warmer blue than the Prussian blue. Okay, both sides loaded. We go up here. Now onto here, I'm just going to put the indication of a few highlights. I don't want to lose all the dark, but just a few highlights. Something like so. Just a few. Darker, darker, darker down here toward the base. Little tree in the background. Let me get a little more paint. Ran out of paint. There we go. Little tree in the background. We need a few goodies on him too. Darker, darker. Over here, just a few little things. And here. All right. Let's grab us a 1-inch brush. 1-inch brush. Let's put us a bush or two in here. All right, bush lives in our world. It does now, right there. Okay. Once again, I have several of each brush, so I don't have to spend all my time washing the brush. The studio crew gets a little upset with me when I do because I splash them a lot. It's good for them. Pull it in one direction. Load a lot of color. That rounds one corner. See there? Now that rounded corner to the top. Now we go up here and we begin picking out little individual bushes and trees. They live right here in this brush. All you got to do is just scare them out. The liquid white in there is just to make the paint a little thinner. That's the only reason we have it in there. It's just to make the paint a little thinner. A thin paint will stick to a thick paint. But that's the only reason it's there. There we go. And you don't have to push hard. I know sometimes it looks like we take a running start here and just knock in about 100 bushes. You really don't have to push hard. If it's properly loaded, you just touch. Okay, I'm gonna make some more snow. Get a little white on the old 2-inch brush. Now I'm gonna go right in here and I'm gonna grab this, intentionally grabbing some of that color. So, see there? I want this color to come out and automatically make our shadows. Because I'm a lazy painter. I look for easy ways to make things work. There. All right. Isn't that something? Don't be afraid of this 2-inch brush. Once again, we've painted most of this painting with it, and it'll work. It will work for you. Practice a little. Shoot, you know me. I lived in Alaska for a dozen years, and I love places like this. And I've always dreamed of having a little cabin right under a big mountain like this. Big mountain where I could look out and see all of God's creations. And no place did he have a better day than Alaska. Oh, God is gorgeous there. It is gorgeous. I love it. I miss it. There. All right. All I'm doing is just blocking in a little color. Now, we'll take a little white, a little dark sienna, maybe a little Van Dyke too in white. But mix it so it's marbled. By marbled, I mean not over-mixed. Has a lot of things happening in it. See there, all the little doers? Now, cut off our little roll of paint. Now, we said this was going to be a little cabin. So let's put the indication of some little dooders in there like that. Now then, we go back across this way. Make some little log-looking things. That's all there is to it. Take a little bit of the Van Dyke brown on the knife, and we go back and just sort of line them up a little, like so. That's all. That's all. I'll make a darker brown now for the side, because in my mind, it's not dark enough. In my mind, not as much light would hit over here. Something about like that. That gives us an idea of how to make a little cabin. Now then, we need some snow on the roof. This reminds me of some places I used to see in Oregon and even into Utah and etc. Beautiful places there. Beautiful. We need a door. Got to be able to get in and out of our little cabin. Our door lives right there. There we are. Now we can come back with our knife, do a little cabinectomy. There. Go back to my brush that has snow on it. This is a snow brush. And we'll clean the edges up just a wee bit. All right, got a little brown streak here. We just blend that right in. Now then, maybe, there it is. Take a little of the dark color, pop it in. Maybe he didn't take care of his yard too well in the summer, and I'm real familiar with that. I'm the world's worst yard keeper. I like it a la natural. That's a way of saying I'm too lazy to go out and maintain it. There. Okay, now once again we'll grab that, pull it out. We put a little bush right there. Okay. I know. If we didn't get enough big trees, it's time for one more. Let's do another big tree. Use the old 2-inch brush, pull it back very sharp. Chisel edge. Very, very sharp. Make a big decision. Stoop. Right there. See how sharp that is? Oh, it'll make a line that fine. And then we can come right in here and begin putting in some happy little arms on this tree. Just some little arms on the tree. Now then, notice right here, we're fixing to get into this white snow. Dip the brush into the least little touch of paint thinner and go back through your color. The paint thinner will thin the paint enough that you can paint over the top of this thick white that was used to make the snow without them mixing together as bad. You're going to have a little mixing, but nothing like you would have if they're both the same consistency. See there? Just drop them little rascals in there. Wherever. Okay. Okay, what the heck? That works. You just sort of look at these things and figure out where you want to go with them. Let your imagination go. A lot of times I'll start a painting and have nothing more in my mind but the time of day and the time of year. other than that, I don't really want to know anything because I want it to just be a creative thing that happens. A creative happening. We'll coin a new phrase here. Creative happening. But just let it go. Let your imagination build. Begin just seeing things. And the more you practice that, the easier it becomes. Little phthalo blue and white. Just put a few little, this is a blue spruce, I can tell right there. Blue spruce. See there? That's enough. That's enough. Now, liquid white. We'll go right back through our titanium white. It has a little phthalo blue in it. Load a lot of color in there. Once again, notice how the brush is held straight up and pulled in one direction, like so. Yeah. I'm just going to throw some little highlights on here. You know, recently we had a reunion for our instructors. There's about 400 instructors around the country. We had a little reunion in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I got, oh my gosh, it was over 150 people came. And we spent about a week together, a solid week. Look at all them instructors. And I worked them to death. We painted some new things. There's Lulu. She's my gal from Mexico. But we showed some new things and we painted. Old Steve even painted. Oh, it was fantastic. These are some of the best painters in the country. And they just had they had a wonderful time with us. And we worked them to death. There's Joe. We worked him too. But we got everybody there. Annette taught some of her fantastic flowers. We put them through the mill. And isn't that beautiful? Little son of a gun can paint a flower, can't she? She's going to teach me how one day. And then, do you remember John Tham? John Tham came and he painted a portrait of guess who? Yeah. He said it's too easy though, because he said all you had to do was paint a face and put a steel wool ball on top and you had Bob. But, as I say, at the end of it then, all of us got together and we went to the park in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And we had a free day. We invited the public, and they came, and they watched all of our painters. Oh, wonderful. We're going to do it again next year, I hope. Yeah, a lot of fun. If you happen to be around when we're doing it, please stop by and see us. We'll have a good time together, and you can meet some of the most wonderful people in the whole country. All right, where'd my little brush go with some white on it? Just pull it in one direction, get a little color. Boop, boop, boop. We'll pop in a little bush right there. There we go. And take our knife, scrape through here and there, make a stick and a twig, that easy. Put these little sticks mainly in the dark areas. Mainly in the dark areas. All right, even up here. Sorry to jump around. I just see places where there ought to be a stick. And then put one behind the cabin. There. Somebody asked me one time why I don't ever put chimneys on my cabin. I don't know, it's just something I've just got in the habit of not doing. But when you paint your cabin, shoot, put a chimney in it if you want. Maybe my little guy's got electric heat. Living way out here in the woods. I'm going to take a little paint thinner. We'll take a little of that blue color that we had. Maybe right in here. Happy little stick. Just a little old guy lives out here. We'll put a few little arms on him. Something like that. And I think with that, shoot, we're about finished. I'm going to take a little red, little paint thinner. Let's sign this little rascal. I really hope you've enjoyed this little winter scene. It'll teach you a great deal of how to use the equipment, bring a lot of joy to your life. Send me a picture when you do yours. I'd love to see it. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.